Hi there folks, this is Paul Bars signing back in. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining with me this week's video update. Over the last few weeks we've been talking about the different skills that you need to be successful online. Talking about different business models that you can follow, and I have to point out that these are just related to my own experience over the last 10 years. There are many, many different business models that you can follow online for making money. Of course, there is one common problem, which no matter what business model you follow, no matter which mentor, which trainer, no matter which way you go about it, there is one common problem that applies to all who are getting started in business. And it comes to this thing down, the economics of actually doing business. See, despite what others will say, and despite what the slinky sales copy websites will say, you actually do have to invest, to spend a little bit of money to get started. Would you agree with me on that? I mean, it's not much, sure, depending on the business model you follow, but if you want to have a website, you've got to pay for hosting. As an absolute minimum, you've probably at least got to pay for your internet connection, don't you? Here in Australia, we pay not only for our connection, we also pay for our bandwidth and our download as well. So these types of costs, minimal as they are absolute essentials. The more you want to do, sometimes the more it can cost. And yes, there are various skills that if you don't have them, you can outsource them. We look at a lot of the mentor and guru training these days, which simply says, well, yeah, go and outsource it to this guy in India, this guy in Africa, someone over there in Malaysia. No problem, we can do that, but you still need your credit card to be able to hook up and pay through the various companies that you're doing this, or your PayPal, or whatever. Either way, no matter what happens, it takes some money. And here's the problem that a lot of people have faced. And I faced this for 3.5 years when I was first getting started. The problem is this. You put the money out, you put the time in, you make the effort with the resources, but you don't get paid back what you want. You create a product, doesn't sell as well as you like. You do your pay-per-click ad campaigns with your affiliates, just doesn't get the return that you want. What are you possibly going to do? How long does it take? We ask ourselves, how long does it take to start this internet business thing and make it actually pay off? Well, for me, like I said, it took 3.5 years. Going back 10 plus years ago, we didn't have all the training that we have nowadays. We certainly didn't have the resources that we have nowadays, nor the opportunities. But the principles remained the same. So today I want to talk to you very quickly about bread and butter income, ways that you can make money with skills that you either have learned or are about to learn that can pay your bills while you're then going out and building your own business. Now, I'm going to be talking, I guess, to a friend of mine personally today through Facebook. One of my old school friends has just been put off from work. I mean, this never happens in today's economy, does it? Hello? Yes, it happens a lot. And talking to him, I would ask the question, well, what can you do? And for everyone else who's watching at the moment, what can you do, here's the key, that would be valuable to a small business owner, small to medium business. We're talking people with, the 5 to 50 employees. And working perhaps in that smaller area at the moment is our target market for bread and butter money. 2 ways we can go about it. Number one, get yourself a job. Had that, tried that, didn't like it, didn't like working for a boss, found myself out of work 10 years ago, okay, I need to do something else. My mate is in this situation right now. Now, I don't even know if he wants to work online and perhaps make some money for himself, but I did. The only opportunity I had was through my computer right here in front of me. What I did, I said, well, what can I do? Not much. I'm involved in sales. Okay, can't really do that from home through the computer. So there's key point number 2. In particular, bread and butter income, I'm talking today about things you can do with which are really technical skills, perhaps that can enhance in the future your online income, that can be of value to these small to medium enterprise businesses. 2 different ways it goes. Number one, we work for them, we follow their rules. Number 2, we work for them, but we follow our rules, our income, our opportunity, which is what I'm talking about today. Let me give you a simple example. When I got started, when I first started doing my research back in 1998, I was told, figure out how to build a web page, Paul. Go out and do that. took me a couple of years to figure it out, but I finally got there. And then once I realized that putting my own stuff online wasn't going to actually produce the income that I wanted straight away, it took me 3.5 years, I was talking to a friend of mine, local business owner. I said, well, do you have a web page? He said, well, no. I said, how about I put one up for you, charge you $500? Back then, good money. Back now, still great. $500. So I took those skills using my computer, working for myself, but then for him by my rules, and I started doing some websites for local businesses back then. Now, this is a big deal for people these days to think, well, the local business market, it's saturated. Excuse me, bullshit. It's not even close to saturated. Just this morning I was watching the weather and bring up the national weather or the state weather, and they list all these towns with people of, probably 20, 50,000 people or more. How many businesses are in there, do you think, that don't have websites? I tell you, there's an absolute bucket load of them. And there's two reasons why they don't have websites. Number one, if they don't see the value in it, or two, they got screwed over by someone in the early days. This was a skill that I used for the first 3.5 years, doing it for other people, bread and butter, money. What can you do? Can you build web pages? Easy, go out and do that, if that's what you know how. Perhaps you can't. Can you maybe write? What are the different aspects of online business that this small to medium business enterprise sector could use your speciality? It doesn't have to be just in marketing. Do you understand that? It could be in writing just content for their website. Imagine that. Let me help you fatten it up. Work out a small agreement where each month I'm going to provide you with a certain amount of pages. Bang. All you got to do is feed through to me what you'd like on there. Or better yet, I'll do it myself. That would be one if you have some writing skills, don't you think? Do you have graphic skills? Well, sure. Do you have the ability to go out and create backlinks for them? For sure. Do you have the ability to perhaps to look at what's online for research for their competition and go in there and train their staff face to face? For sure. Do you have the ability to perhaps to show them different ways to market to their customers using their website? Yeah, there's another idea. You see, these are all things that you could eventually be doing in your own business. Perhaps you could help them put an e-product together. See, a lot of these people, they don't know this. I mean, the old panel beater down the road, he doesn't know how to do this stuff. I mean, do you know how just to do even research? Are his customers looking for him online? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But what if he had a website, just a small one, and you offered some downloadable product options? Not purchase stuff, but stuff that his customers could download for free in PDF, or audio, or video, add-on sales. Maybe you can specialize in some of those different areas. We're looking for bread and butter money. Here's the keys. Number one, your target for this is the small to medium enterprise. You do not want to target the retail consumer for this. Literally, I'm talking about you working for yourself from home. Not network marketing, not party plan, not door-knocking crap or anything like that. I'm talking about you contacting a business and saying, look, I have this service. I believe it can help make you more money. Let's get together and talk. And yes, there's a lot involved with perhaps learning how to do that, but it's a start. There's a whole lot of different things. Perhaps you could just work as a consultant and let them know what's wrong with their website. Even if you don't know how to fix it up, then hook them up with their webmaster who will do it. You can learn how to do that online for free these days. It's really, really fast. But your target market is your small to medium enterprise, where they're selling to the consumer. You're only selling to the business. Okay? You don't have to limit yourself to someone who's doing jobs of $10,000 or $15,000 or more. That's absolute rubbish. And one of the gurus was promoting that recently, put off so many people. Oh, yes, but they're all gone. No. As long as they are marketing to the consumer and you market to the business. You need to ask yourself, what are your skills? Or what can you learn? What can become your skill? And then take it to them. Perhaps it could just be you have a good voice. You're going to teach their people in, 3 hours or less how to answer the phone and make more money on the phone. It doesn't even have to be web-related. Find something. Bread and butter money that will pay you for working in the morning, for example, while you work on your online and build your online business in the afternoons. Just a few ideas. You've got to get creative and get out of the box. This is Paul Bars from paulbars.com, the online business success center specializing in audio podcasts each and every week. Drop by and have a look at them. I'm sure you'll find something there to help you out. Have a great day. Bye-bye.